Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be reading my childhood Christmas book. I've had this book since I was very young, and every year, even like as an adult, I've read this book and I've enjoyed it, and I don't even care if I'm too old. I still watch like kid programs and things like that. So yeah, I have a new mic. It's like an Apple, Android, whatever you call it, mic. I did like tape the sponge on top because like if I breathe into the mic, it'll like make it like dead loud. So I didn't really want to do that. But yeah. We wish you a Merry Christmas. So I'm going to read the back. Hopefully this is still recording. Yep, okay. It says, a collection of stories and rhymes to share. Young children will enjoy this collection that perfectly captures the mood of Christmas. And this is another book that they released like years ago. This book was made in 2001, so yeah, quite an old book. But hey, I've had it all my life, so can't complain. Right, let's read. So the contents: Jingle bells, we wish you a Merry Christmas. A present for Santa, Snowman, the secret Christmas party, Santa's little helpers, the magic snowman, Christmas presents, Ivy's Christmas surprise, shadowy Santa. And there's a little robin on a holly tree with little berries on top. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! And it goes again, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. All the fields we go, laughing all the way. And it goes, is it bells and bobtails ring? Make your spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing this sleighing song tonight. Oh, and then it goes again. And it goes, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Glad tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And then after like the couple of songs there will be stories. I used to love reading these at Christmas time. It's kind of brought the spirit, really. And this story is called A Present for Santa. Rachel sat at the kitchen table, clicking her knitting needles. That is me. I always knit. What are you making? Asked Mum. A present, replied Rachel. Is it for Dad? Asked Mum. No, laughed Rachel. Guess again. Tom? Said Mum. Tom was Rachel's brother. Rachel shook her head. Well, maybe Granny, then. But Rachel grinned. It's a surprise, she said. You have to wait. In the week before Christmas, the red strip of knitting grew longer and longer. Rachel sat knitting wherever she could. Me. I know what it is, said Mum. It's a scarf. Rachel nodded. But who is it for? Asked Mum, and started to guess again. She tried all the people she could think of, Grandpa, Uncle Philip, even the dog, but she was wrong every time. You have to wait and see, Rachel said, smiling. So Mum went on decorating the Christmas tree, and Rachel continued with her knitting. By Christmas Eve, the scarf was finished. Rachel wrapped it up and tied a big red ribbon around it. Then she wrote a label, stuck it on the parcel, and put it by the fireplace. "Aren't you going to put it under the Christmas tree?" asked Mum. "No," said Rachel, shaking her head firmly. "Ah," said Mum, "now I think I know who it's for." On Christmas morning, Rachel found a note by the fireplace where the present had been. It read, "Dear Rachel, thank you for the beautiful scarf. Just the thing to keep me warm on my sleigh. Love, Father Christmas." I love that picture. It's dead like aesthetic-y. I love it. And yeah, that's the end of that story. And this is a poem about a snowman. With coal black eyes and carrot nose, I have no fingers, legs or toes. My skin is icy cold to touch, yet you don't see me wearing much. A woolly scarf, a battered hat. I'm lucky if I'm dressed in that. I can't lift my arms, run round or bend, but I make a wonderful playtime friend. I'm only around for a while each year, and you never know when I'll disappear. When it hits summer. The Secret Christmas Party. One snowy Christmas Eve, down on Thistlewood Farm, Joe, Tom and Ellie sneaked out of their beds and ran across the farmyard to the big barn. Their daddy had promised them that, on the stroke of midnight, all the animals would begin to talk. Could it be true? They just had to find out, so very carefully they pushed open the wooden barn door and crept inside. All the animals were snuggled up cosily in the straw. "When are they going to talk?" whispered little Ellie, yawning. "Oh, that's such a cute picture. I love it." Ellie's big brother, Tom, looked at his watch. "Right, now," he cried. But there wasn't a sound. "Perhaps they're shy," suggested Joe. "Let's hide." So Tom, Joe and Ellie hid behind an old cart and waited and waited and waited. Finally the children peeped over the top. The animals were peeping back and still not talking. "It isn't true," moaned Ellie. "It's just one of Dad's stories. Let's go back to bed." Sadly the children trudged back home, but back in the barn. "Yippee!" shouted Todd the horse. "I thought they'd never go." And all the animals began to laugh and chatter. "Come on," boomed Bertie the bull, "let's party." The hens made sandwiches, and the cows made jugs of warm, frothy milk. Yum. What a wonderful feast. After they had finished eating, the ducks sang noisily, and everyone started dancing. Todd waltzed Dolly, the donkey, around the barn, and they all did the hokey-cokey. Tilly the cow won, Hunt's the horseshoe, and Gus the goat was great. Blind goats bluff. "Right," shouted Bertie, "everyone outside for a snowball fight." "Hooray!" cheered the animals, tumbling out into the farmyard and hurling fat, fluffy snowballs at each other. What fun they had, slipping and sliding about. Up in the farmhouse little Ella was fast asleep, but Tom and Joe were wide awake. "I wish it were true," murmured Joe with a sigh. "I wish the animals could talk on Christmas Eve." "So do I," replied Tom sleepily, "but it's only a story, just like Father Christmas." Down in the farmyard, the animals kept on playing, and up on the roof, Father Christmas smiled. Father Christmas. I think this is another poem called Santa's Little Helpers. Santa's little helpers are getting in a tizzy. It's very nearly Christmas and the workshop's really busy. There's a great big stack of letters still to deal with on the shelf. "We're never going to make it," says a worried little elf. "There's piles of presents left to wrap, and all these bows to tie. The bicycles have got no bells. I think I'm going to cry." "Come on, you must work faster," shouts old Bert, the elf in charge. Puts pink tags on the little gifts and purple on the large. So then the elves all dash and rush with hammers, paint and glue. "You've painted that car red," yells Bert. "You know it should be blue." The clock strikes 12, the elves all sigh. At last the work is done. They wave goodbye to Santa, and now it's time for fun. they've done all the work, so they can have fun now. And another story called The Magic Snowman. Luke was feeling very lonely. In a few days it would be Christmas, but he just moved into this new house and he didn't have any friends here. He sat staring out of the window, wondering what he could do. Mum and Dad were busy getting the house ready for Christmas, and he had nobody to play with. As Luke sat staring out at the garden, huge white flakes of snow began to fall and settle on the ground. It wasn't long before the lawn was covered with thick, white frosting that grew deeper by the minute. Then Luke had an idea. He would make himself a friend to play with. He pulled out his coat and valise and ran out onto the lawn. Luke squeezed some snow into a small ball and then began to roll it around the grass. When it got too big to push, he carried armfuls of snow over to it and patted them into place. Then he started another ball to make the snowman's head. He found some small stones and used them to make eyes, a mouth and buttons. Then he ran back indoors and took an old scarf and hat from his dressing-up box. His mum said he could have a carrot from the vegetable rack for a nose. Back outside he finished off his snowy friend, then he stood back to look. Luke was very pleased with his snowman. It had a big, wide grin and looked full of fun. "It's a shame you can't talk to me and play with me," sighed Luke. "I wish I had a real friend like you." Just for a moment he thought he saw his snowman wink. He rubbed his eyes. He must be dreaming. "Hello," called a voice. Luke looked all around the garden. He couldn't see anyone. "Over here," yelled the voice. Luke saw that a boy was peering over the fence. He was grinning. "Hey, that's a great snowman," said the boy. "Have you just moved in?" he added. "Perhaps we could be friends." "Yeah, that would be fun," agreed Luke. "Why don't you come over and play?" He turned to his snowman and winked. And this time he was absolutely certain that the snowman winked back. Look at him. So cute. And that is the end of that story. The next story is called Christmas Presents. Wow, look at those parcels there under the tree. A big pile of presents just waiting for me. Bright, crinkly paper and huge shiny bows. And what could be in them? Well, nobody knows. A ball or a teddy, a board game to play. Thank goodness it's finally now Christmas Day. This one is from Granny. Oh, what a surprise. A dolly that cries tears from her eyes. Is this one a puzzle? Shall we take a look? No, it's not. It's over a big fairy tale book. Another to open, and there's still some more, and the paper is scattered all over the floor. A book I can colour, a box of paints too, and things I can make using scissors and glue. Furry frog slippers to warm up my feet. New things for my doll's house, so tiny and neat. Yes, presents galore. Oh, I love everyone, and the boxes they came in are just as much fun. Oh, look at that little dog. Little Dalmatian. I'd love a Dalmatian, mate. A Dalmatian, a Chihuahua for a dog, or a husky. Or if I had a cat, I'd love a rag doll, a calico, or one of them, I'm not sure what you call them brown and white cats, where like the brown's like, you can see lines in it, and then it's kind of like blended in with the white, so I think I'll stop rambling and just get on with the video. Okay, so next story, that was a poem by the way, is Ivy's Christmas Surprise. One snowy Christmas Eve, many years ago, there was a spoilt little girl called Ivy. "Can I stay up," she said to her daddy, "to see if Father Christmas is real?" "But if he finds you awake," said Daddy, "he won't leave you any presents." "He will," replied naughty Ivy. "Anyway, I don't think he is real. It's only a story." Well, who leaves the presents then? Called Ivor's mummy from the kitchen. Daddy, of course, grinned the cheeky little girl. It's not me, laughed her dad. Now come on, Ivor, it's time for all the little girls were going to bed. But naughty Ivor wouldn't budge. Instead, she snuggled on the sofa between Mummy and Daddy. Let me stay up for 5 more minutes, she begged. But what if Father Christmas comes? Said Daddy, yawning. Wouldn't you be sad when you don't get any presents? But I will, insisted naughty Ivor. You'll see. So the clock ticked, and Mummy and Daddy dozed off by the fire. Naughty Ivor sat quietly until midnight, then woke her parents with a yell. See, she cried. He's not coming, is he? I knew he wasn't real. Suddenly, there was a strange rumbling sound, and then Father Christmas came down the chimney. Ho ho, he started to say, and then he saw Ivy. Goodness me, he sputtered in surprise. Why aren't you in bed? Naughty Ivy was shocked. Ah, she screamed. You are real. Oh dear, tutted Father Christmas sadly, picking up his sack. This will never do, and he disappeared back up the chimney. Naughty Ivy began to sob. Daddy, she wailed. Please make him come back. Get up to bed quickly, Ivy, called her father, looking up the chimney. If Father Christmas sees how sorry you are, it might not be too late. When naughty Ivy woke the next morning, she felt very sad. There were no toys for me today, she said. Then she stopped and rubbed her eyes. Was that a stocking by her bed? It was, and it was bulging with presents. Hooray, squealed Ivy. Father Christmas changed his mind. Yes, laughed Ivy's daddy, peeping round the door. But he said that next year you'd better be in bed nice and early. Oh, I will be, Daddy, smiled Ivy happily, and that's a promise. A poem called Shadowy Santa. My stockings hung up at the foot of the bed. I pulled up the duvet right over my head. An hour ago, Mum said I should be asleep, but I've just heard a noise and I must take a peep. I'm sure someone's moving around in my room. I can just see a shadowy shape in the gloom. There's a big lumpy bundle hung over its back. It's bulging with parcels. Could it be a sack? No, I'm dreaming. I sit up and rub my eyes. But when I look again, I get such a surprise. Although the room's empty, I'm sure I can see that my stocking's been stuffed full of toys just for me. So where did he come from, and where did he go? That shadowy Santa Claus, I'll never know. And that is the end of this Christmas book. Not sure why it's not closing, but there we go. Kind of got stuck a bit there. But that is the end of this Christmas book. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then you can help to support me if you like. And I'll see you. I'm not too sure when. I'll be doing a knitting video, I think, before Christmas or after Christmas, but if I don't see you again, then I hope you have a beautiful Christmas and celebrate with all your family and friends, and I hope you get what you wished for, and Merry Christmas, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna go now and edit this maybe, or play some of my Wii U games. But yeah, I'll see you later. Goodbye, Merry Christmas.